Ultimate Captain Forest here, and in today's ultimate video I'm going to be going over both these combatants to see who would win more often than not in an inverse situation. Ultimate Thor versus Ultimate Hulk. Now if you guys are new to my channel, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for further content. Also shouts to Coffee Shop Gang, huge shouts to the team. I will leave their links in the description. Also shouts to HQ Squad, massive shouts to my team, also helped me in my research and my videos, so a huge shout out to everyone there. Now onto the topic. There's a lot of context I'll need to go over in this video near my analysis. However, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with the summaries, of course, for both these combatants. We all know in 616 the infamous rivalry battle and the huge biggest question mark in the Marvel 616 universe on who would win, Thor versus Hulk. Now this isn't the only universe that has this question. There are infinite possibilities and alternate realities in Marvel, and it begs the question in other universes, specifically in Earth 1610, and in today's video we're going to find out who would win more often than not in the Ultimate Marvel Universe, Ultimate Thor or Ultimate Hulk. So I'm going to go ahead, go over my summary. I'm going to leave you guys with some of the scaling for Ultimate Hulk and Ultimate Thor, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead and then chop it up from there. So Ultimate Thor, during his fight with the Ultimates, created a giant thunderstorm which was calced at large mountain level. Huge shout out to my boy Korin for making this calc, and also shouts to Korin. A lot of these calcs that I mentioned were made by him, so all credit goes to him in that department. Moving on another occasion, we've seen Ultimate Thor, the God of Thunder himself, go right at it with Ultimate Hulk, and they've both scrapped with each other a good few times in that comic, and we literally see Ultimate Thor beat the absolute brakes out of Ultimate Hulk, which is very impressive. Now this feat is very impressive because this very same Ultimate Hulk has some impressive feats of his own, such as the time where he was able to survive a 1 megaton nuke which was calced at small city level, and on another occasion he took and survived a nuclear bomb strike which was calced at mountain level. And with some additional consistency, we all love a bit of consistency here and there, the Hulk himself created seismic activity which was calced at mountain level. Another impressive feat for Thor was the time when he went up against Hyperion. Ultimate Thor and Hyperion were evenly matched during their fight, but eventually Thor gained the upper hand and defeated this Hyperion. Now why is this feat so impressive? You see, this very same Hyperion tanked and no-sold a Nova Blast from Ultimate Human Torch with only his clothes burnt off. This very same Human Torch performed a Nova Blast which was calced at country level, and if we really want to take this feat to a higher step, Hyperion performs a crazy feat where he clashes with Dr. Spectrum. This clash was calced at multi-continental, and as mentioned before, this very same Thor beats the absolute brakes of Hyperion, so that's some pretty good scaling so far. Another feat that comes to mind was when Thor himself even fights against the Hulkbuster, which was designed to combat the Hulk, and the Hulkbuster itself also amplifies itself, making it stronger, and the same Hulkbuster literally gets ripped apart by this enraged Thor. Very impressive. Lastly, Thor himself has shown to box up his own brother Loki. Ultimate Loki is above the 3D realm as he views the realm and calls it a little 3D realm, as he can step anywhere in it. He can live and perceive higher planes of reality such as Asgard, suggesting and showing he is above the mortal plane. Not even the humans can perceive Loki, which is why they cannot see him. Now I am aware that Ultimate Thor does fight 616 unworthy Thor. Now depending on how you view this feat, this could be deemed inconsistent or an outlier for Ultimate Thor in terms of scaling, but regardless on how you take this fight, Thor is able to react to him and also take hits from unworthy Thor, which is pretty impressive. Now you could just say pretty much that this same unworthy Thor was suppressed, so this could make the feat a little bit lackluster, but there is some merits to take from this fight, especially from the speed department, with Ultimate Thor being able to react and go at it with him. So just take the feat as you may. Now, during Ultimate Comics, The Ultimates, issue 30, Ultimate Thor is given an upgrade to his armor. He performs an impressive feat during Ultimate Cataclysm, where he was able to save Miles before Galactus could grab him, and was also able to survive being thrown into buildings by this same hungry Galactus. We even see Thor afterwards rush in and push back and stagger Galactus twice with his hammer and lightning. Very impressive. And keep in mind, this Galactus is 616, by the way, so you can take this feat however you like. Now that's going to round up those AP feats and showings from Ultimate Thor. Now as for speed, as we all know, in the Ultimate Universe, they do have some lackluster speed scaling and speed feats, unfortunately, but there is still some speed feats regardless. So Thor was able to react and redirect some bullets back at Ultimate Cap. We've seen Thor go at it and consistently react to Hulk. This very same Hulk is able to perceive and perform an attack on Quicksilver and Blur. Hulk was also able to swat away Spider-Man, and Thor himself has been able to react and tag Ultimate Cap. Quicksilver himself is fast enough to run across the USA in a matter of minutes. Spider-Man himself has dodged Electro's lightning attacks, which are stated to be lightning attacks themselves, and Cap himself has also reacted to lightning close range as well. So some pretty good scaling right there. Okay, so that's going to conclude stats. Let's move on to Thor's abilities and all that good jazz. So Thor is empowered by his belt, which allows him to manipulate the weather to create thunderstorms and lightning. He wields his hammer called Mjolnir, which is used in combat. It's noted by Loki that the harness that Thor wears grants him flight, durability, and power that is unseen. It also contains a fourth dimensional engine which can teleport the user to anywhere in the world. I will cover more about this as I proceed. Thor has shown to use this power in many ways. Thor can call upon his hammer. He can do this tactically to tag his opponents who are unaware of it approaching them. Thor can smite his opponents with lightning and also target and shock multiple people with lightning. He can lace his hammer with lightning, and when he hits his opponent, a giant lightning bolt smites them. He can also flex and create a giant area of effect of energy too. Thor's emotions seem to also increase his destructive capabilities, as his rage created a storm which was messing up Iron Man's circuits inside his suit, causing him to remain grounded. Thor's rage was also noted to be that of the Hulk's, which is pretty impressive. Thor can charge himself into his opponents and ram into them, hitting them with lightning and shocking them, creating a huge shockwave. And Thor has also shown to use his hammer in other, let's just say, unworthy ways, such as performing dirty tactics, hitting dudes in the balls with a hammer. Very classy. So Ultimate Thor has demonstrated some teleportation feats, such as teleporting to different dimensions. As he notes, he can teleport to Asgard, the 9 realms, Hell, and Valhalla, and he's shown to teleport to other universes too. Now let's go over some resistances and other miscellaneous stuff. So Thor's belt grants him protection from mental attacks. Thor was able to see and notice a shift in reality and also resist and see through Loki's reality warping / mind manipulation and illusions, which is pretty impressive. Thor has shown to tank an explosion from a nuke. Now nuclear bombs destroy things down to an atomic level at least, so that's pretty impressive right there, and Thor literally took this atomic destruction. And Thor was able to fight off some of the influence from the mind gem too, and Thor is able to survive inside Valhalla, where time is different. Minutes on Earth equate to months, maybe even years. Hela notes that Thor has been in the realm for maybe hundreds of years even. Thor is able to tank and power through a vibration which was going to melt his brain, and is able to blast everyone away with lightning. And lastly, Thor was able to tank a sonic blast from Iron Man. Okay, so that's going to round up Ultimate Thor. I'm going to go ahead and move on to Ultimate Hulk to see what he brings to the table. So for Ultimate Hulk, the feat that comes to mind was the time when Ultimate Hulk was able to survive a 1 megaton nuke which was calced at small city level, and on another occasion he took and survived a nuclear bomb strike which was calced around mountain level. And with some additional consistency, the Hulk himself created seismic activity which was also calced at mountain level, which is pretty impressive. So right off the bat we got some decent scaling for Ultimate Hulk. But hey, let's proceed folks. So Ultimate Hulk was able to take some blows from Cap's shield, and he was able to completely embarrass Cap afterwards by grabbing his arm, squeezing it, causing him pain. He literally raggy dolls Cap. He was going to break Cap's arm pretty easily. We also go on to see Hulk literally being able to take and endure lightning blasts and a beating from Thor's hammer. But this was really bizarre because literally we see Ultimate Hulk smile off these attacks, and he even says to Ultimate Thor that those hammer strikes and those attacks were making him horny. I don't know what to say about that, but anyway, those attacks were making him excited, and he was able to smack away Thor and send him flying, which is pretty impressive regardless. In Ultimate Human, Hulk was able to take a punch from Iron Man, and Hulk was able to physically damage his suit, which is pretty impressive. In Ultimate Power, we see Hulk endure a fire blast from the Human Torch, and Hulk literally himself states that he was going to make a wish, and he blows away and extinguishes the flames from Human Torch's whole body. He then grabs Wolverine's neck and attempts to rip his head off. Now, what makes this feat impressive for Hulk was that this very same Human Torch was able to perform an attack which was calced at country level. Some more showings was when Hulk faced off against the Thing. The Thing has even admitted that the Hulk is maybe even stronger than him. This very same Thing is able to physically hurt Hyperion, performs a feat which was also calced at multi-continental, which is pretty impressive. We also see Hulk going up against Sada and physically hurting Sada, which is pretty impressive. This very same Sada is able to physically hurt the Thing and Thor. Now, there was the time where Ultimate Hulk fights his 616 counterpart. Now, this fight in terms of scaling would be considered inconsistent or an outlier based off the consistent feats that Ultimate Hulk is showing in terms of like lower end feats, or just I guess underwhelming feats if you compare them to 616 caliber. Now, you can take this fight however you will, but it would pretty much be either an outlier or just inconsistent for Hulk, so you do it with that feat as you please. But lastly, for some more high-end scaling for Ultimate Hulk, you could possibly even scale him to Thor, as Thor himself performs a feat where he was able to box up his own brother Loki. Ultimate Loki is above the 3D realm as he views the realm and calls it a little 3D dimension. Ultimate Loki is above the 3D realm as he views the realm and calls it a little 3D realm, as he can step anywhere in it. He can live and perceive higher planes of reality such as Asgard, suggesting and showing he's above the mortal plane. Not even the humans can perceive Loki, which is why they cannot see him. So that's going to round up Hulk's impressive showings in terms of AP. Let's talk about some of the speed scaling. So unlike 616 Hulk, who has some really good speed scaling, we have to downgrade because of Ultimate Hulk's lack of speed scaling. And of course, knowing the Ultimate Marvel universe, they do have some great areas in terms of their speed scaling. We're moving from the irrelevant measurable speed, the crazy, high-end speed stuff, all the way down to the realms of being a bullet timer and even massively hypersonic or a hypersonic speed ranges for Ultimate Hulk. Now, Ultimate Hulk would scale to characters like Ultimate Thor, he would scale to Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Cap in speed. We've seen Cap react to lightning, Spider-Man dodge lightning as well from Electro, which is pretty impressive. We literally see Ultimate Hulk being able to physically grab and tag Cap pretty casually, and he's also tagged Cap with his shield as well. He threw it back at him, and we literally see the Hulk himself perceive the speed of Ultimate Quicksilver and Ultimate Blur, which is pretty impressive. So he would range around those types of speed ranges. So from the low ends of like bullet timer, hypersonic, up into the lightning timers, so the massively hypersonic speed ranges. So that's going to round up speed. I'm going to talk about some of Hulk's unique abilities and what he brings to the table. So different from Hulk's 616 counterpart, Ultimate Hulk is a cannibal and he will devour his opponents. Ultimate Hulk has performed many other abilities, such as the Thunderclap to launch his opponents away, and due to his natural, barbaric and destructive manner, Ultimate Hulk has resorted to ripping his opponents apart, using nearby objects as weapons and also throwing objects at his opponents and also climbing up walls. Ultimate Hulk also has an accelerated healing factor and can perform superhuman leaps. Ultimate Hulk's unique physiology grants him some adaptation abilities, such as the time Ultimate Hulk survived and adapted to the atmospheric pressure of Venus and Mars inside a experimental box. His body also adapts to Tony's antidote, which is meant to transform the Hulk back into Bruce Banner, and he was able to adapt to that pretty easily, which is very impressive. The Hulk's body can also adapt to alcohol, meaning he cannot get drunk. We also see Ultimate Hulk adapt to the leader's mind control. In fact, Jean Grey, one of the powerful telepaths in Ultimate Marvel, notes that Ultimate Hulk has a highly resistant mind, and altering his mind would take twice as long. A bracelet designed to shut down the central nervous system of Hulk would not work on him. And lastly, we've also seen as time progresses that Bruce has been able to gain better control over the Hulk form, showing some proficiency and some control. Now, despite the fact that it does require trauma to activate Hulk's form to get him into that state, and we literally see Bruce being able to control it pretty well. Okay, that's going to wrap up both these combatants. I'm going to go ahead and give my thoughts on who I think wins more often than not in an inverse situation. So looking at both these combatants and what they bring to the table and based off feats, I would lean a little bit more so with Hulk taking victory more often than not and having the higher AP inverse wise. Speed, I'd say they're relative, just due to the consistent fights. Now, in Cataclysm, when Tony makes a suit of armor for Thor, Thor is pretty much at full power at this point, pretty much just like how he was when he had his god powers before he became immortal, and we literally see Thor himself at this time be on par with a weaker Hulk. During that time period, Hulk wasn't in control of his body, it was Banner, so pretty much it was Banner taking over the persona of Hulk, pretty much piloting the body. So Ultimate Hulk is obviously above the Banner persona just due to how they would perform, and they would differ obviously based off the hosts. Based off that, I gotta give that to Hulk. And during Ultimate Comics Ultimate, we see Hulk fight Thor again, and we literally see Thor take a beat down from Ultimate Hulk, so it's objectively blatant that Hulk is stronger than Thor in general. So more often than not, I gotta give victory to Hulk. Better inverse feats and just more direct feats. He's just objectively stronger than Thor. So that's my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for the content. It's been real. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.